Salt Shaker. I'm on a high silver gold team. Should we work on individual stuff first? No, you should work on team stuff, basic team stuff. Start with having good communication and figuring out a composition or two and work at that. Definitely should work on individual stuff because you guys are below average in terms of team play or individual play, but you should definitely be taking that opportunity to work on your team play as well, because that's a skill set that if you continue involved in team sports, esports, then you'll want to practice that stuff. So definitely spam ranked, get out of silver, get out of gold, but definitely work on the team stuff now. Don't put it off. Okay. All right. So like I said, not going to be paying much attention to chat. We'll be focusing on this review, and we're going to go ahead and hop in there. Let me get this VOD pulled up really quick.
He's holding his up.
So I've not worked with this team before. I think I recognize some of the names, but yeah. All right, chat. Cheers. Okay. Hello.
Howdy.
How's it going, guys? So
I'm boomed from a test.
okay, that sucks. I can't coach you there, unfortunately. So yeah, hello. My name is Spilo. You guys knew that already. And we're going to be doing some coaching now. I want to make very clear when I say coaching, like obviously what coaching means is pretty broad. It can be like encouraging and keeping you guys on topic and all that stuff. Really all I'm doing is just reviewing with you guys and just giving you guys some insight and hopefully some guidance. But ultimately the limit of what I can do is really just what's the next happen in the next like 75 minutes. Everything that happens after this, like how you guys take this information and apply it, is completely up to you. So this review could be very helpful, or this review could be completely worthless. And it's all depending on whether you guys are going to actually take the information and do something with it. And be consistent with it and obviously keep yourself accountable towards that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I challenge you guys to do the most that you can. Now, I spoke with Baggins already a little bit about what he thought that we need to work on, or at least look at with this review. Think that some of it was some of your compositional communication leadership stuff, but you think that also some of it was how you guys are playing the map control and some of the compositional specific issues. So sometimes you struggle when your ult tracker, your plan maker is gone. DD Gaming, thank you, quite the name. But something that we think that individuals could use benefit from stepping up a little bit. But I want your opinion of this. So what do you, does anyone have an opinion of like what we should be looking at here, or what you would like help with from what we're looking at? Anybody?
Don't be shy.
I guess like how to play against the comp that makes you want to play faster than you want to. So
Okay.
I feel like with like one of these maps, like they were playing like a fast dive, and we were playing like double bubble, and so they wanted us to play a little bit faster than we really should have been, and so that kind of like sped us up.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like one of our faults.
Okay. Anybody else? All right. By the way, I recognize Rickless Morty. That's a name that lives in infamy in my memory. So I would like to forget, but I don't think I can. Anybody else?
Like just recognizing, like we just struggle to slow down when we do go in fast is one thing.
Okay.
Is kind of trying to figure out how to slow down, because we are a very fast team. Rush is a very easy comp for us, and that's something we do very well. But
yeah. So here's the thing with speed. Now you guys, if you guys have seen any of my reviews, you know that I like to harp on like angle control and map control and things like that. But there's a common misconception that says that if you take angles, you must be playing slow, and that's just false. So whenever we look at this review, if you guys do enjoy playing fast and kind of keeping the tempo up, maybe that's a problem sometimes, but maybe that's something that we can actually take and utilize. But the difference is we're not going to utilize it incorrectly. We're going to utilize it properly. For example, you can play very fast tempo with really any composition as long as you have the proper space, if you have the proper spots in the map, the proper flanks. And that's kind of what we're going to be looking at here. Are we playing the composition correctly? Because there's a way to play fast correctly, and then there's a way to play fast incorrectly. So we'll look at this, and if you guys do feel like, okay, sometimes we play too fast, okay, yeah, but can we like maybe take that habit and do something with it? It's like having, you've got restless legs, and instead of like taking a bunch of medication, you become a nighttime sprinter, But you take that curse and you actually do something with it rather than trying to just cover it up. you guys have any other things that you guys would like assistance with? Before they do it, Baggins, we have the tourney day 1, Numbani loss, and Numbani with subs. Kind of break it down, like the TLDR of like when do you think I should be looking at here? Because I know you kind of gave me some info, but what do you think?
Actually, I think the guys themselves can give better insight as to what they would want looked at, because
Sure.
I'm mostly focused on keeping stuff in frame while I'm recording.
I feel the tourney was more of a roll, and the scrim was a lot more closer matched.
Okay, but it was with
Yeah.
Which scrim was this?
This was the scrim where Trey rolled off the high ground. Or not the scrim.
That was
the tourney. Yeah,
the tourney game, we fed 2 people at the start of the round, so we lost first point immediately.
And we just staggered the whole round.
Okay.
So we'd have to look at our attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys do almost cap 3 points. I'm seeing. So that's not terrible. We could definitely look at our attack. Well, let's but also at the same time, was like, what's the problem with the scrimmages? Why aren't we doing the scrimmage then? Is there something? Is it because of the subs in there?
No, I mean, I think it would be, honestly, that one was probably a lot closer, because I'm sure some things are learned, but Thomas or Didi isn't in there because he has work on Mondays, and then I think I just had Marcus subbed out bite me just because I try and cycle in our subs as often as possible.
Sure. Okay, let's just try the actual tourney attack and just see how it goes. Okay, so you guys, anything else, like knowing that we're going through, anything else that you guys think that we should be keeping an eye on or looking at?
Nothing to keep an eye on, but I will say something that you said earlier about the speed. Our best natural fit comp that we found so far is Brawl Rush. So that's the tempo we naturally play with.
All right. Anything else, guys? Okay, then let me pull this up. Now we're gonna try and do this to where you guys can. I'm gonna be streaming this on Discord as well, so you guys should be able to see that without delay. So you guys won't have to actually chime into the stream. Let me know if you guys are in. If it looks okay. I'm actually gonna play some without sound for just a second. Let me know if it looks okay. It's only gonna be 720, sadly, but let me know what you guys, if you guys see anything.
I see.
Okay. I'm gonna turn up the audio. Let me go if you guys hear the audio.
Yep.
Audio is good? Okay, sick. So the one thing we'll have to obviously give the disclaimer about is that obviously in game I'm not going to be able to differentiate between whether you're talking in Discord or whether you're talking in game. So if you have a question or something to say, just like give it a second, because I'll be making frequent pauses and we could talk about it. So I'm not going to, you guys have obviously, you're a little bit higher SR than some of the teams I've worked with. So I'm not going to like hammer on the tropes over and over again. But the first thing that I'm going to be looking at, number one, is I can't draw, but number one, I'm going to be looking at are you guys like actively making a plan? Is there a goal that you're trying to accomplish? And when I mean plan, I don't just mean ultimates, but as in, what are we trying to accomplish this fight? You guys need to be proactive with exactly what you're doing. Now, proactive can be I go first, I go fast, or proactive can just be, hey guys, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play really slow, and we're gonna play on the angles, and then we're gonna win the fight over time by utilizing our supportals to just sustain the fight. And that's fine too, but there has to be a plan. If there's no plan, then you're wasting your time. The other thing I'm gonna be looking at is, are we taking the map properly? Are we positioned properly? Because if we want to play a fight fast, if we're not positioned properly, then we're gonna have a really hard time winning the fight fast. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So very, very general guidelines. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get stream set up. All right. We're ready to roll. So you guys are playing double bubble. Can any of you guys describe to me, like, why do we play double bubble? Like, what's the purpose of this composition?
Give Zarya a charge.
Okay. Zarya charged. And?
So Zarya charge, building ultimates, and then maintaining high ground control.
Okay. Now, why is high ground control good for you guys?
Lines for the Ana.
Or like Monkey can jump in and then jump out.
Yeah, exactly. You guys give me a lot of like lines for the Ana, Monkey can drop in, it's good positional stuff. There's like a lot of different things that you can do around that high ground that otherwise you're not going to be able to do. So what I want you to do is you can look for high ground control, but make sure that you're actually like controlling high ground around where the fight needs to be happening. So first things first, why are you running these DPS? What is the purpose of these DPS of the comp? Like I'm not picking on DPS choices. I just want logic behind it. Like why the DPS?
We were playing the Sombra,
okay,
and then we switched to the Hanzo to like have more spam because we knew like the Zen was just going to be on the other high ground.
Sure.
So we wanted something that could kind of like
threaten him a little bit.
Spamming us.
Alrighty. What about the McCree? Same kind of logic.
I think it was more to help with the stunning the dive targets to make sure we can get a pick off of one a little bit better.
That's fine. Okay, so can someone describe to me like how a perfect fight would look? Like just a neutral fight with no ultimates. How would it look like with this composition? What would your monkey be doing?
Monkey walks in, gets bubbled.
Okay.
And then walks out, and then Zarya gets charged as well.
Okay, so you guys get charged pre-fight, preferably. Okay, then what?
I think you just kind of look for wait for cooldowns to kind of come back up while poking, trying to build our ultimates.
Okay.
Maybe looking for a nade if possible.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
The goal should be that whenever your monkey is taking space or walking forward, whether that's just W keying, whether it's using bubble, whether it's using jump, whatever, that both of your DPS are in a position to do something. Now, the reason why I do not like this composition is because you're going to have to play clumped. At least to start, because you can't split your Hanzo off on main and pressure on an angle, which means that both of your DPS are going to have to play here, because if they go split, then Ball Trace are going to dive them, right? Or Genji, Ball Tracer and Genji are going to dive them. So I don't like this composition, just straight up. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think this composition is pretty bad. But at the very least, you can still make a composition work if you actually execute as 6. So if Monkey leaves this door and does something, jumps something, goes somewhere, at any point in time, I need both DPS peeking out, I need Zarya looking out as well, and I need Ana looking out as well. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So if we immediately don't see that, then with red light start flashing, we need to figure out why that didn't happen and fix it. Okay, so let's see what happens. We'll go back just a couple seconds and we'll listen.
Yeah. Can we pause? So
yes,
if we were to have the Sombra and then say we had like an Echo, would you like the comp better?
Yeah, I mean it would make more sense for sure, because the point is that you're trying to break out of this choke by pressuring either this high ground or this high ground from different angles. Because if you walk out it here, then they can all put all of their spam in one direction and you're just going to die. Like Zenyatta spam, Genji spam, D.Va spam, Ball can slam in there as soon as you guys come out. Like it's a kill, one tiny kill box, and you're not splitting the pressure at all. You could go here and you could have a Sombra Echo on co side. 3, 2, 1, walk out, Monkey jumps, Sombra Echo. Sombra's here, Echo's here. They both in on this D.Va as you guys pressure this D.Va, and then that gives you that space, right? But as it is now, like, maybe you could split off your McCree, but you're just hoping that they don't find you. Like, there's no way to split off and take pressure off of main. Does that make sense? Like, this is, you guys think of, like, King's Row second. You guys know that first choke right after you cap the point where Maywall is really strong?
Yeah.
That's literally what you guys are dealing with here. It's the exact same concept. It's not, it's in a lot, because you can't split because you guys are running slow heroes. And so you're literally just letting, like, they don't even need a Maywall to kill you as you walk through that choke. They're just going to butcher you. So let's see what happens.
Not with you guys just yet?
Yeah, just
to break,
to
break a choke, you have to do something.
Okay, wait for me. Okay. Bubble.
Okay.
Zen's on the far side.
Get here. He's in. He's in. Back.
So yeah, this is actually a really, really great example of, like, so first off, are we committing here? Are we, like, committing hard, taking a fight, smack him in the mouth? What are we trying to do here? We're building what?
We're building charge.
We're building charge, right? So exactly. So I honestly, I think this right
Zen's on the far
here,
side.
Kree even maybe a little too far. But you do not overextend, right? You stay inside cover, correct? Mm-hmm. So why is that good? What does this bait them to do?
Come in and
yes.
get out of their support line.
Yes. They collapse hard on you guys as if, oh, they're taking a fight, when all you're doing is just trying to build charge. You accidentally bait them. Now, this is important. Why? Because is your backline getting shot from multiple different angles right now? Like, is the Zen damage a big threat to you guys right now? No. In fact, the Genji is the only one who has an angle on you, and he had to commit his dash to do that. So he's now going to die. So what you guys have done is you have walked as 6 through a choke. Bad, but you baited them to go through the choke and give them the opportunity to kill them. So that you might actually win this fight.
He's in. Back up.
Genji one.
Back up.
Bingo. Do you see that? So they got baited. Now let's rethink this fight. Let's think that, hey, their Genji doesn't feed. You go out, you build charge, and then you go back again. Now what are you going to do the next fight? What is some way that you could create space the next fight? Now that you have charge. It's okay to say the wrong answer. We're just spitballing ideas. I don't know what the right answer is. We're just thinking this out. But you need to get in the habit of thinking this.
Shoot the diva.
You could shoot the diva. Sure, you could walk out here and be like, hey guys, we're gonna like walk out and everybody focus diva really quick. Maybe get her to leave, so then maybe we take less damage on here. Maybe we could shoot the diva, and in the next bubble, my Winston can like drop the point and like hide over here, right? Like, but you need to find a way to get out of that choke. You need to pop out all at once. And right now, you guys pop out all at once, you bait them in, and you punish them. So like, let's see what actually happens next fight.
Zen's on the far side.
Get here. He's in.
Nice.
Genji one.
Back up.
Bang.
Wait for cooldowns.
Nice. Wait for cooldowns. Don't rush it.
Go.
Patience.
We can move.
Okay, walk forward.
And again, do you see how like you guys, even though this composition is bad and you have no map control, is everybody doing something at once? Yes. So it has a much higher chance of working.
Okay. Come on, Tracer.
Good. Get rid of Tracer.
Ball in.
Nice. And do you see this? This is just brilliant. What do we see here that we like and that we want to see from every single team fight moving from here on out?
Taking space and getting our DPS.
Right. Everybody, your tank is doing something. Your other tank is doing something. Your McCree is doing something. Your Hans is doing something. Your Ana is doing something. Your Brig is doing something. Don't overthink it. Just everybody's doing something at once. There's a clear signal to go, and there's a clear signal to not. So that's what we're looking for here. Good.
Diva.
Unfortunate. We get
Didn't
booped
have
off.
On heals.
I fell.
Ball run through. Ball.
Diva on us. Need back up.
Diva, low.
Okay, you enemy.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Genji in. Look at me.
Nice.
Fun.
And again, do you see like all the attention now that your monkey's getting, and now that you're up top is completely free.
And dead.
Easy peasy.
Break dead.
They have no support.
And this entire time, your backline has been able to stay up on high ground for free because they all peeked out at once. They poked the enemy team back out, and they're missing a Genji because the Genji fed.
We get. Start moving. I'm going.
Under.
Bottom.
I'm gonna drop point.
We get. Start moving. I'm going.
Get under.
Bottom.
I'm gonna drop.
So this is really important. What's the mistake at this point in time? Can you guys tell me? Right now. What's a priority here? What do we need to do?
Get on point.
Need to get on point or do what? Do something as a what?
Team.
As a team. Like it doesn't matter. Like you can all be pressuring different targets. It's okay. Like everybody overblows target focus. It's okay to have not great target focus, but at the very least, you need to be doing something all at the same time. And is everybody on your team doing something at the same time right now?
I'm going.
Like not really. Like your Hanzo's not really doing anything. Your Brig obviously is coming from spawn, so whatever. But really, it's just like you guys are your Ana's not doing anything. Your Zarya's not doing anything. Your Hanzo's not doing anything. Your monkey just goes into the choke. Now this is ironic because now the Genji is going to punish the monkey on the same thing that the monkey punished the Genji on early on in the fight. You see what I'm saying? The Genji got punished by the monkey for overextending, chasing through a choke, and not playing around where his team could fight. And now you, Jonah, are making the exact same mistake. You are chasing a Genji through a choke where your team can't help you. Now, if he's 1 HP and you're like, I for sure got it, fine. But we need to know better than this. At this point in time, we can push ball tracer. We can establish point pressure. We can definitely go kill this Genji and this Diva, yes? But if that's the case, what needs to be said?
What our target's supposed to be.
Yeah, what are you doing? Mid-fight. And I'm telling you, you guys sound like you're grocery shopping right now. I'm gonna get some like black pepper here, and I'm gonna get some grapefruit. Like listen to communication here. There's some emergency there.
And dead. Break dead.
They have no supports.
We get. Start moving. I'm going.
Get under.
Bottom.
I'm gonna drop point.
Hello? Like we can't do this. This is just unacceptable. This isn't, oh, you know, you forgot your monkey tech, or, you know, you're going for Genji is always a feat. No, this is just bad team play. If I was coaching soccer and we were trying to like call a play in, or a basketball or football or whatever, and this is what happened, this is a mistake then, and this is a mistake here. Like, this is atrocious. So instead of ripping on you, what are you going to do better next time if you want to go commit on a Genji?
Call it.
Okay, how? And what are you going to say?
Can we go on Genji?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Genji. I want to go Genji. Can we go? Yeah? There has to be urgency. So not everyone has to be like screaming at the top of their lungs. But if the important things to call aren't necessarily cooldowns, aren't even necessarily positions, but I want to do this, because nothing matters if you don't know what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you go, oh, Genji, no dash. Okay, are we pushing that? Are we going for that? Okay, that doesn't need to be screamed. But if you're going to take an action to do something, you owe it to your teammates to tell them. Because they, as a unit, must act. If you say, go for Genji, I'm going Genji, that doesn't mean that they have to follow you, but they better be doing something. Because if you die, then the enemy team needs to suffer in some other way. Does that make sense? Like, if you're going to sacrifice your body in here to Genji and D.Va, this ball needs to die. This Tracer needs to die. They need to leave. Or we need to get like 2 on point. Or something. Something has to happen. And what I'm hearing here, or not hearing here, is...
Start moving. I'm going bottom.
There's no real command of, I'm doing this.
Okay.
Because if we go back, let's listen to what's said here.
Keep on us. Need back up.
D.Va, low.
Okay, enemy.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Genji in, look at Genji.
Right? Nanami. Yeah? Okay. Hey, guess what? You go in, it's very clear. Team can do something. And then the Genji.
One.
That was good. Now keep that up, though. Don't fall off. And I'm not dwelling on this too much because I think it's that egregious of an error, but because I have a feeling that this is going to be something that we're going to see more often throughout the rest of the review. Not just from Jonah, though, but from other individuals that need to step up and say what they want to do. Trust your gut. Chasing the Genji here is fine. Trust your gut, but bring everybody in along with what you want to do.
Genji low.
Target.
Genji.
Right?
What? Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the thing, is half the time you won't even know if it's a bad play because you just did it at 6 and it worked out. So.
D.Va.
Nice.
Trace fuse recall.
Where?
Drop.
Nice. Easy.
Nice.
Ball somewhere.
The ball is still behind us somewhere. He's top left.
Okay.
Knocked him out.
Random push in.
Okay. Now what needs to be said right now? Immediately.
Plan.
Yeah, what are we doing? So you guys tell me, what do you think would be a good plan? Like, maybe with ults, without ults, what do you guys think? Anybody?
Oh, getting pushing the corner, pushing up to the corner and trying to hold that corner, get space, and then maybe looking for a high noon once we get it, and a primal.
Sure. Anybody else? I want somebody else talking.
Pressure the high ground.
Yeah, you could pressure high ground. You could walk out this corner and like spam out from high ground. Yeah. You know, you've got a lot of options here. So what I'm listing for again is obviously that between fights that we have some sort of a plan, but then also mid fight, like we know like exactly what's going on. No guessing. We just go.
Nice.
I have cart.
They're holding close.
Orange up on Genji.
Yeah.
Marcus, you can move a bit. I'm holding cart.
That was good. Now I'm pretty unhappy that we still haven't talked about like what we want to do this fight. Like we had about 10 seconds of dead space, but this is good. Hear this again. Listen to this.
They're holding close.
Orange up on Genji.
Yeah.
Marcus, you can move
Hey, guess what? I want to jump on this Genji. You know, Zarya's ready to support. McCree's going to peek. Hanzo's going to peek. Brig might pack you, or she'll make sure to pack it DPS as they can go greedy with you. That's good. I just still need to know like what's happening, like what's actually happening next.
Alright.
Stay on my sides.
On mid.
Bubble.
We'll have. We're top right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go top.
Oh, no. I don't think we can.
Yeah.
We don't want to try to force him out.
Yeah. Trey, no, don't go that way.
Why?
You're
No.
gonna die.
Stay in low ground.
Okay.
Ball left.
Just keep pushing cart. We have almost a grip.
D.Va's right.
Yep.
What are we doing? Like, I still don't know what we're doing. You kind of see my problem here?
Mm-hmm.
So let's practice it. Let's actually practice it. Now, we're not going to be near the same pressure as you guys were in Attorney. But what would be a good plan here? As simple as you can. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't even think about what would be optimal. Just think what would be a plan.
Rush to high ground and take it from them.
Okay, you could just walk to high ground and take it from them. Okay, probably a little rough, but it would work. What else would work?
We have 2 alts online.
Sure. What could you do with them?
High noon around the corner.
Yeah, you could
maybe just push them off high ground or just make them hide.
Yeah,
Displace
yeah.
them in high noon.
You could look for a high noon. Yeah, you could go in deep with a primal high noon. Exactly. There's so many things that you guys could be doing here. But right now, what's happening is there's just a lot of, okay, they're here. Okay, they're here. Okay, they're here. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, my bad. Okay, so then what do you do? See, here's the ironic part, okay? You guys are saying, okay, Kree, you can't push high ground, it's too late. I probably agree with that. I think at this point in time, especially Kree going by himself, that's not going to work, man. It's just not going to work at this point in time. But ironically, it would have been better for him to do that than what he's doing right now. Because what he's doing right now is complete jack. He's doing nothing. And you as a team are doing nothing. It's better for him to actually take action and figure something out, because if you look at your setup here, like, what's the logic behind this positioning here? Is there any logic behind what you guys are doing right now? No, you're just autopiloting. You see what I'm saying? It's not like you guys are making bad decisions. You're not making decisions at all. And that's what we need to fix. You see what I'm saying? So if you guys want to play underneath here and like bait them to drop, or if you guys want to play like back here or really far back or really aggressively or on the side here or split or play together, I don't care. But like, you're missing opportunities to figure stuff out and to play better as a team. Not just to play better now, but to actually figure stuff out and improve, because you're autopiloting. You can't do this. Now, autopiloting and tourneys, it happens. You're under pressure. You're just focused on winning. Sure. But to me, when I see this in a tourney, this means that we probably also do it in a scrim. And that's where we can't have it. So let's see what happens.
She went high ground.
No, she's not.
Yeah, because even now, like, your Hanzo had a pretty decent angle. If he got maybe some packs, he could have stayed. And now we have 5 people sitting on cart. Baggin said that was something that happens a lot, right? And to me, that's not a lack of understanding. Because if you guys sat here and analyzed this, you guys would probably figure out some good positions and some good strategy. It's the fact that you're not letting yourself be smart. You guys are smart guys, but you're not letting yourself be that smart because you're autopiloting. We can't have that.
Go ball, go ball, go ball. They're about to go. Get Johnny.
Ball slip.
We just died.
Yeah, I just died.
Oh,
Nice. Would have been nice. Like, we could have made a plan around pocketing our McCree to high noon to counter their blade, right? You know, there's so many things that we could have done here, and instead it's very much, oh, something landed in our lap, and so I guess we capitalized off of it. Just like the Genji on first point. You guys never actually made a plan to do any of this. It just happened. You know, why didn't we graph here? Why didn't we primal here? Like, it's just luck. We're just hoping that we press the ultimates at the right time in the right order and something good happens. This is literally just like ranked with guys that probably are halfway decent at communicating with each other. But it's not good enough. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need to do better.
Front link runs in.
We're even.
Okay.
You see the problem here? This is more of an individual thing. What's the problem on our screen right now?
I'm not doing anything on Hanzo.
Yeah, you're not doing anything on Hanzo? You're completely wasting your time? But what else is wrong?
We're very split.
Yeah,
I was not ready to go.
Yeah, we're not ready to go. We would have liked to have had Bubble here because primaling here is a little sketch, right? But that's fine. You know, if that's fine if our Zarya wants to walk forward and like murder their diva with Brig, you know, or Hanzo wants to go extremely greedy because, hey, this Tracer's not getting Harmony Orb. You know, there's like so many ways we can look at this. But right now I see 1, 2, 3 members of our team that are passive and 1 member of our team that's aggressive. And that's, again, red flag. And if we listen to communication about why is our Zarya, Brig, Hanzo, like, why are they playing like betas right now? Let's listen.
Died.
Front link runs in.
We're even.
Okay. I have to get healing.
What's wrong with the communication there? It's not terrible, but it's not as good as it should be. What's the problem, Jonah?
There's no ask. There's no, like, too fast.
Yeah. Now, I want to clarify. I do not think that you should ask if you want to primal. You should say, I want to primal this. But you need to give your...
Can we walk up?
Yeah. I want to primal. Can y'all push? You know? And it can be very much like you give your team a full whopping second for them to say no. If they say no, then that's fine. If they don't say anything, you just go. If they say yes, then you go again. Like, you just go. But they need to a little bit of prep just so they can actually take space. You don't need 6 members of your team and the coach and the manager and your mom that lives, wherever, to give you permission to go in, but you need to at least let them know that you're planning on doing that. Does that make sense? And that goes for everybody. Okay. Because I like this. It's better than what we saw with him feeding with the Genji. At least there's something called there, but we need to have a little bit of a heads up. So hopefully we push. Let's see if we push.
I'm gonna go up top.
I'm clearing mines on cart.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. I mean, is Jonah a feeder? Terrible primal mechanics, can't kill anybody. Is that the case? No.
Not usually.
No, I mean, nobody can. He's literally 4v1ing. Like, he's got Brig and Zen and D.Va peeling. Like, there's no way. There's just no way that he can make a good play out of this. He's getting no help at all. But that's also Jonah's fault. So now, if Jonah makes a call like this, and you guys don't say anything, or you guys don't push when you could have pushed a little bit, then you guys are the feeders. So keep that in mind. I'm ripping on Jonah a little bit here, but I'm keeping a very sharp eye on what the rest of our team is doing. So let's see.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but even if Jonah commits, okay, thank you. Even if Jonah commits and didn't wait for people to say, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and yell at him to stop doing what he's doing, because if he's primaling, he gets an extra jump anyway, and he can just jump back to the team.
I mean, yeah, he definitely could have gotten out. Like, at this point in time, like, I would already be out of here. I would already be not further, because he's like, at this point in time, he needs to know that, hey, I'm gonna die here if I extend, so I need to get out of here. Yeah.
Mine's on cart.
I'm dead.
Tracer on cart.
Okay.
You can just see here his soul, like, listen to the soul leave the body right here. Wait.
I'm clearing mines on cart.
I'm dead.
I feel so sorry for him. Oh, jeez, that sucks, man. I mean, but there's nothing. Again, like, it sucks, but like, okay, don't feel bad about it, man. Like, it's very. The thing is about so many of these errors, guys. It's like, you guys are fine players. Your brains are fine. You're in college. You're already like way ahead of your peers. But just this kind of stuff is so easy to fix. It's just so easy to fix. It doesn't take a lot of skill. It'll take practice, right? But it's just so easy to fix. Okay.
Okay, I'm going.
And by the way, again, I'm hard flaming Jonah because main tanks always get hard flamed because their mistakes are more obvious. But we have seen many little individual errors from the rest of the members of your team. So Jonah, rest in the fact that while you're feeding your brains off, you're probably feeding less than your teammates. It's just more obvious.
Show me.
Okay. Gonna rally?
You're split up right now.
There's only 3 right now. I'm just gonna try to get us recent.
Tracer dead.
Close to a compliment
Alright,
as you
well,
get.
Yeah, there's no compliments in here. Sorry.
Move forward.
I don't know about this. So now I'm shifting blame now. What's the issue here?
You can answer now, Dylan, because this is
drilling too early.
Yeah, like, what are you rallying? Like, because the thing is like, rally can be used defensively, but mostly rally you kind of use it like a hybrid, like aggressive / defensive, right? But what are you pushing here? Like, who on your team is going to be aggressively taking space with this rally?
Well, that could be the Zarya, but they're not even close enough to do anything.
Yeah, maybe you're Zarya, but like, where's your Kree and your Hanzo and your Ana and your flipping Winston? You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even need to be in the rally to get value of it, because you can be pushing aggressively on main, right? And they're esking out, and then your monkey jumps backline, and then your Kree can go like high ground now, and like there's a lot of different things that you can look at this, but none of those things can happen right now, in or out of rally, because nobody in your team can push.
I have a question.
Yes.
So here, I guess maybe instead of rallying, I don't know. Would we just try to push high ground instead of going on the low ground?
You could. Yeah, you could. Again, okay. Now that there's bad and good things about that. Bad thing is they could match you in rally and stuff in the choke. Good thing is that, hey, maybe then you can grab or a dragon. You could push down main and have some people go high ground. That would mean not everybody gets rally armor, but other people can play prioritize and pushing card. Like, again, I like what we're doing now, though, is we're actually thinking, right? We're thinking. Now, when you're in the middle of a scrim or a tourney, you're not going to be able to think perfectly. You're going to have to just try and figure something out and try it and see how it goes. And that's okay too, guys. That's okay too. But that actually has to be happening. I'm seeing legitimately nothing but autopiloting over and over and over again. Everything we do is just, I guess I do this and hope something happens. Everything that we've seen. And that's unacceptable. If you guys push 6 as high ground and you die to a 5-man D.Va bomb somehow indoors, I don't care. And I guarantee you Baggins wouldn't care either. But if we okay, I don't know. Baggins is probably a cruel master, but like at least you guys are trying something. You're thinking. You're pushing yourself. Like that's what we want. Like that's what we want, because that's not what's gonna like. This review's over. Congratulations, you guys learned. All right, good job. No, that's gonna affect the rest of your Overwatch career and beyond, hopefully. So
look for grab.
Okay. No,
I know.
Okay, we're looking for grab. Okay, so that's something. Hey, all right.
We have grab drag. They should have hands.
Okay.
Grab him high ground.
Hey, listen. I like what I'm hearing. What am I hearing?
Plans.
Yeah, we're here. Hey, we can grab high ground. Okay, maybe we can grab dragon high ground. All right. Okay, awesome. Now again, our positioning here is like, and do you notice how we're like, I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but like we're actually thinking about what we want to do, and we'll look at our positioning. What do you guys see with our positioning? Like we're actually like we're not quite as clumped now. Individual. Okay, I say that right as soon as we clump. Now positionally, what you guys need to be doing is, if we call grab dragon, what does that mean for your monkey? What can your monkey do?
Save jump.
Okay, sure.
Or position for it.
Sure. What can Ana do?
Position for a need.
Okay, what can Hanzo do? Or what should Hanzo do?
Spam into it.
Yeah. What could Kree do?
Into it.
Yeah, there's just like there's a million little different things that everybody can kind of do to assist it, to help out. It can, you could prevent the ball from screwing up your backline as a Kree. Your Hanzo could position on angle. Your Ana could set up high ground for a nade. Your Zarya could position on high ground and just have your Brig push guard. Like there's like a million little things that you guys could do. And I want to see that, because even though we as a team kind of have a general idea of what we're doing right now, I guarantee you that we're not thinking about splitting grab with bubble. We're not thinking about nading grab. We're not thinking about, headshotting somebody through the grab and maybe burning them through trance, because you can do that with Kree. Same thing with Hanzo. Like, are we thinking about break and push? Like, we're not thinking about enough, right? Now, baby steps, little bit by little bit, but we need, like, I'm going to ask you guys to do a lot. And right now, and again, do you kind of see how, like, we're not thinking a lot individually, and do you see what happens to our positioning right now?
Mm-hmm.
We're clumping. We're autopiloting a little bit again. And that's what we have to avoid. Now, I understand part of it might be because you guys are scared of dive. That's fine. But even if you were scared of dive, why is my on cart under a high ground? Why?
I don't know, Marcus. Why are you there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why is my Zarya gonna look for a grab on cart on the low ground instead of going high ground? Why is my monkey on cart? Why do we have 5 on cart? Is this safer?
No.
Is this more aggressive? No. Is this better to get plans or picks or pressure? No. There's nothing redeeming about this at all. Is this even helping you cap faster? Not with 5. Certainly not. So there's no advantage to doing this at all, whether it's aggression or defensive posturing. It's literally just your individuals are not thinking, and that's what we have to address. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's what has to be fixed. It's not the comp. It's what you guys are doing. Did I just see nade? I just saw nade.
Was it right click?
Was it? I'm pretty sure it was a nade.
Nade anti for the grab.
No.
Listen. Yeah, that's a nade.
Oh, that was a nade.
Yeah. Now I remember this.
So
I heard that in tourney.
So yeah. So what? So I won't have to point out the error there. But do we see what I'm talking about? Not thinking.
Yeah.
You know what the plan is now. You finally. Okay, listen. If you want to fish for nades because nobody in your team is talking and you don't even know if you're grabbing or not, I get it, okay? But we've addressed that problem. We actually have a grab dragon, but why are we nading? All you're doing is you don't have a nade for grab, and if they dive you don't have a nade for dive either. And the point being is, if you thought about this for 5 seconds, you'd understand that. You go, oh shoot, I'm an idiot. What am I doing? But you should know that it's just pointing out that you're not thinking. That's all that there is.
The best. This is an hour after the review you did of him on last Friday.
Yeah. So he's still got some, like, he's getting Vietnam flashbacks. I mean, to be fair, I'm getting Vietnam flashbacks from that review, so that's not exactly fair. But jeez, this is just like you guys are too smart for this. You guys are just way too smart for this. There's no excuse. And Jonah's over there like, ha! I knew it wasn't just me.
No, they're pushing.
Almost. Ready? On point.
Nade it.
I don't have it.
Focus.
Fisher on me.
Okay, where's my nade? Like where's my nade? And where's my, like, the thing is okay, they trans GG, that sucks. Rats, that sucks. Go next. But what's concerning about our positioning right now? Look at their team. Look at our comp.
Our backline is now frontline.
Your backline is not frontline. Where's my high ground control? Where's my McCree on high ground, dude? Like legit. Can you imagine my McCree on high ground, like up here, with a an Ana? They're not dying. And if they're gonna die, it's gonna make it really hard for them to do this. And again, you guys are of a high enough rank and smart enough individually that you would probably go, you know what, I should probably maybe high ground here would be good, you know. But you guys don't give yourself that chance to even think about it. So GG's, you guys probably lose this.
We're doing it, Zen.
I'll be shocked if you guys win this.
No bubble, no bubble.
Ball one.
We're down 2.
Yeah.
Still ball.
Just GG's. Like that's really sucks. Like that was a very winnable fight. You grabbed Jagged, it didn't work out, you didn't have nade, it's okay. But they blew both support ults, and you guys would have had high ground control with better poke. And meanwhile, the only person on their team who would have had poke was Zen, and he'd be standing out in the middle of the open because he had to trance. And you've thrown all of that advantage in the complete dustbin. And it's like, now what, you know? Now you have to start all over again.
Maybe go.
Okay. Let's see.
They use trans, rally, pulse.
Maybe go Sombra this time. Just hack the ball or D.Va.
Yeah. Okay, it's fine. Sombra, sure.
I think
we now monkey in. We now monkey in. I should be able to build rally in the mid fight.
Sure. Okay, Nano Monkey in should build rally in the mid fight. Okay, so we've got the initial plan now, or like the baseline plan. Now, what I want to see now is like what we as individuals need to do about it. This is where like you guys as a backline can go, okay, where do we want to position? Do we want to go main? Do we want to go left? Do we want to go top right? I want to see some of those details coming out right now. I don't just want to say, oh, they're Genji's high ground, or oh, the D.Va no Matrix. Like I want to actually hear like, okay, there's our plan. So where are we doing it? Like what's the actual details of the plan? So let's see.
They should be close to another mines.
Are they up top?
Push me, bully. If you see.
Yeah.
Grenade.
Can I go up top?
Call for Nano.
Yeah.
They're walking. We can walk top. Walk top.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Took too long to get there, though, right? Mike, do you hear what was called here? Listen.
Can I go up top?
Call for Nano.
Yeah.
They're walking. We can walk top. Walk top.
That needed to happen earlier, while we were like sitting here, literally wasting time.
I'm not there yet.
Ariana's walking up.
Up your screen. Don't let me. Push on us.
Okay, we're here.
Okay, I'm gonna jump across. And
yeah.
Okay. No.
Fall in. They're blading.
Okay.
You got me. Tracer on me. Tracer use recall.
Genji 1. Genji 1.
No sports save, no sports.
We're even.
Genji 1.
Tracer on me. 1.
Oh, that really, really sucks. Okay, let me look at this again. Okay, so we go high ground. We jump in. You guys get booped as you peek out. Now, fundamentally, do we have a problem with what's happening here right now? Ignore all the little nitty-gritty details. Do we have a problem with what's happening right now? What is our monkey doing? Going in. What are we doing up top?
Poking and...
Yeah, you're doing something, okay? So we can nitty-gritty details about positioning and like whether this ball should get away with the slam. I don't care so much. Are Sombra's preferring to play backline to counter hack? Sure, that's fine. Makes sense. Whatever.
Fall in.
Now, our Kree gets split because of the boot.
They're blading.
You got me. Tracer on me. Tracer.
And then this is where we start to get a little split.
Use recall.
Genji 1. Genji 1.
No sports save, no sports.
We're even.
Genji 1.
Tracer on me. 1.
Genji 1.
Unfortunate.
One on you, Dylan.
I'm rallying. This is keep your rod rig alive.
Walk car.
Nice. Next.
Clear mines.
So I would look at that fight, and would you guys say that on a macro team level, you guys were completely feeding being brain dead, being stupid?
No.
No, I think it was okay. Like, I think individually you guys got a little split. You guys, there's no reason that ball should have had that free of an engage with a McCree and a Brig and a Sombra. But that's okay. It happens. You guys actually like committed it at the same time. Your monkey basically had only Brig Zen to worry about because you guys were actually doing something, and that enabled him to get some kills. Now, if we primal there, that becomes a lot easier. It's a mistake. It happens. We don't worry about it. Now, what I want to see from here on out is what was lacking on our very first fight, which was the mid-fight leadership, right? Mm-hmm. And what would we like to see here? From anybody, what would we like to see? Or hear, rather.
Plan.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is the proper plan here?
Probably
Soft
does
reset.
root back up. Yeah.
Soft reset, stabilize.
Good soft reset or
We have
Push with
rally.
rally.
push with
Yeah,
rally.
Yeah,
Okay.
push rally.
So are we gonna push? Or are we gonna soft reset? Now I don't care, but as long as I see 3 people doing the same thing, and I hear 3 people calling the same thing.
Got rig alive.
Walk card.
Nice. Next.
Clear mines.
Clear mines, clear
Clear
mines.
mines.
Clear
Mines?
I'm going around the back.
DPS are on their way back. DPS are on
Mines
their way
almost clear. Can I get a bubble if you have it?
No bubble. No,
Alright.
you broke it.
Maybe it's good.
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Anti.
ONT?
Okay.
Chaser behind. Chaser
What needs to be called right now?
back left.
Plan.
What's the plan?
Push on individual.
Okay. Push on an individual. What else could be the plan? Look at our ultimates.
Look for high noon.
Look for high noon. Okay, guys, can we high noon main? Guys, I'm gonna go in deep with primal. Hey guys, let's just play slow for Grav. Guys, can we take high ground and wait for them to push and then like bait them on cart and kill them on cart? Something has to be called here. We cannot sit and wait. And you as individuals have to step up. If you see you have an ultimate or you have an idea for something to do, it must be called. It has to happen. So let's see. Or listen.
Maybe it's good.
Oh,
good.
Anti.
ONT?
Ball anti. Brilliant. Okay, well that's helpful. What are we gonna do about it?
Chaser behind. Chaser back left.
Okay.
All going
Brilliant. Okay, Tracer. We know where Tracer is. Great job.
far back left.
Yeah, go try.
Tracer's weak
All
on
behind.
many.
Diva,
All hacked on me.
Diva. Go Diva. Go
Diva,
Diva.
Diva,
Quick,
Diva.
Diva, she's gonna bump.
There you go. But like, we basically waited for their diva to feed before we decided what we wanted to do.
Video.
There it is. Oh, I might die to it.
No, that's
Diva,
unfortunate.
she's gonna bump.
Video.
There it is. I think I got
Oh,
stuck.
oh my.
Okay, I do not like making fun of people, but I'm gonna make an exception to that rule. I'm just gonna mute, and I want you guys to just enjoy this right here. Watch the arrow. See, this is where replay code. I don't like having the overlay on. I generally just like seeing the people because but this is where it's brilliant. Because look at the arrow. Uh-oh, diva bomb. Oh, that's okay. I'm gonna back into this wall. What? There's a wall here. Like it's. Oh, jeez. Well, okay, it was fine. Look at that. Oh gosh, it doesn't get better. Okay, so comedy gold. But my major concern is it kind of feels like with a lot of our plans, it's like we just kind of autopilot until somebody in the enemy team feeds, and then we frantically call that target. That's what.
Reactionary.
Yeah, it's very reactionary, and the thing is there's nothing wrong with being reactionary with a plan. You could very easily say, guys, we're gonna wait till they touch cart, and then we're just gonna high noon, or I'm gonna rally once they blade, or like I'm gonna EMP their rally engage. Like I don't know, there's a million different ways to think, but again, that's knowing that I'm responding to this with you guys. It's not. I wouldn't even describe it as reactionary. It's complete accidental. It's like essentially having a fire extinguisher and a fire ladder and a fire alarm and a fireproof suit all in your house, and you don't practice putting on any of it on, and you have no idea what you're going to actually do in a fire, and a fire breaks out in your house, and you just kind of say like, okay, I guess like whatever's next, I guess I'll use that, and hopefully that works out. That's not good. You guys have multiple tools here. You're close to grab. You could go high ground here. You have an active rally. You have a primal rage, and you're not calling out what you want to do, or like, are we gonna wait for them? Are we gonna push? Are we gonna and it's just hoping accidentally that whatever Q that we push ends up working out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't like seeing that. It doesn't matter what you call. If you guys want to go into them, if you guys want to wait for them to go into you, it doesn't matter. But know what's happening when something is happening. That's the key. So like, let's see what happens here.
It's winnable.
Primal here. Okay, well, would have been nice to know that like that was your plan to go in deep with Primal. I mean, obviously Primal Rage here is fine, but would have been nice to know. Would have been nice to know that we wanted a high noon from here. And not just now, but 5 seconds ago.
Nice.
Get you one. Ball one. Tracer. Tracer hack. Just hack heart.
Tracer.
You're literally gambling. You're literally gambling and hoping that either you guys out-mechanic them, that you guys have better target focus, or that hopefully they screw up. Like they did on first point, or they did there. I don't want to leave it up to chance. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And this is not an individual thing. It's not even a compositional execution thing. It's just you guys as a team are just mentally lazy. And when I say that, I'm not saying that you guys don't like working hard. It's because you're not working hard at the right things. So,
Should I stay on it?
okay,
You want Reaper?
let's see what we do here. Are we gonna put some effort into this? Or are we gonna autopilot? Let's listen.
He's on cart.
Nice.
Come on, Brian.
Yeah, switch brawl, switch brawl.
Switch brawl. Sure, let's do it.
Should I stay on it? You want Reaper?
No,
Yes.
no, you almost have EMP, Sean. Just stick it.
Sure.
Okay.
Just agree.
All right. What did they
Okay.
use?
They
What
use
did they have
Diva
here?
Bomb. They have trans.
All right.
Can we?
By the way, this isn't like ult tracking isn't the most important thing, but I am amused that this is the first time we've actually ult tracked and we still haven't even done it properly in this entire attack. So just something to kind of keep an eye on. Also, haha.
EMP grip.
That happens a
I'll be
lot.
back.
It happens a lot. Oh no. Okay.
Don't poke, guys. Play safe. Pokes and
Fast, I'll be-
feeds.
Can
wait. What rank is this guy?
He's peaked at Masters.
Okay, peaked at Masters. I figured it's always the higher rank players. You know what I'm saying? They get that ego. You know, I can poke, and get their heads blown.
Jonah
way.
and DD are the highest. Yeah. see, Jonah's our peak GM and Dylan is our peak Masters.
Right. Okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense now. The smart players, you know, the platinum diamond peaks, they don't make those same mistakes. Okay.
True.
All right.
Yeah.
we EMP grip?
Wait, one more time. This is legitimately the most comedic thing I've seen all week long. We EMP grab.
Diva Bomb. They have trans.
All right.
Can we EMP grip?
Okay. Now, what do you guys think about that? Because obviously, I'm hammering home the fundamentals of like what do we need to do, make sure that we think about what we need to do. But at some point, we do want to talk about the quality of the plan because you guys are gonna be like, all right, Spilo wants us to like really work hard and like doing something. But then you're gonna still realize that hey, not all these somethings are working out. We're still losing team fights. Well, obviously, because there's gonna be bad plans and good plans. So you look at this and you say EMP Grav. Can we judge the quality of that plan? What do you guys think? Look at their comp. Look at what they have. What do you guys think?
Unless we hit the Zen, it's not gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah. They're gonna be spread out. I mean,
Okay.
it's gonna have to be on like.
All right.
You're not gonna get like a whole team thing.
Okay. So it might be difficult to grab the whole team. Okay. Let's say that you have to do it. All right. What would you do to make it work?
EMP the support. One of the
EMP the
support.
Diva.
EMP first, and then.
Okay. Maybe EMP first to enable the grab. Okay. What else could you do to and make sure that you get kills with the grab?
Marcus, that's your cue.
Oh, anti it?
Yeah, you can anti it. Yeah, the EMP grab, that's a legit impossible to not nade that unless the Diva dodges EMP. So that would be my priority. I'd also prioritize maybe you can split the grab with a bubble. Maybe you can make sure that your McCree is aggressively positioned. Like there's just so many, again, we're getting to the details. So like if that's like we can judge the quality of the plan, but then we also have to make sure that you guys are, the quality of the plan doesn't matter if you guys aren't going to actually try and make the plan work. Like actually try.
Okay.
So let's see.
It's just gonna unlucky.
I'll be back fast.
Let me
Just-
try to get the Zen in it then.
I'm hacking Mega behind.
Oh,
back,
okay.
back, really.
Keep switch back.
Trace around me, Trace around me in the back.
No bubbles.
It's good, guys. Really good. Like you guys knew that we're gonna play back. We're gonna wait for Lucio. You bait them in, and you back. No question about it. Like you guys baffle me. You guys go from like absolute like scum, like swamp scum level of execution to this, which is like really good. It's there, guys. It's there. It's not. It's within your grasp.
Keep switch back.
Trace around me, Trace around me in the back.
Like look at this. Look at this. She chases. She just gets baited, man.
No bubbles.
Really well done.
Trace is dead.
It's huge. It's huge.
Wait, did you flash fan that?
We're all back. We're all back.
He always
No.
flash fans.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Alright, I'm
Okay.
looking,
Close
I'm
banana.
He sounds so insulted. It's excellent.
I don't have
That's
any
the-
more
that's
Because I got
Yeah.
onto him once about it.
Okay.
We have anti.
I mean, Flash fan, to be fair, is most of the time the play nowadays, but yeah.
Can we just say?
Yeah, we can
But
say-
would
say-
you agree the play is to flash fan at all times and never hit left click?
Well, I mean, I have this image of Trey playing McCree, and he's just smashing E, even though it's not even available yet. Like, Trey, you're doing a Widow across the map. I know, but this is all I know how to play. All right, let's see what happens here. I would again, like, what should we be reiterating as we approach here?
I know what happened.
Plan.
You don't. Yeah, right. The plan and the reason you reiterate is because we get the information like what Rickless Morty just told me. I don't have EMP, guys. Our EMP grab is kind of bad here because I don't have an EMP yet. So we need to reiterate, guys. EMP grab. Remember, like, and then you know, you can fill in that detail. So let's see what happens.
All right, I'm gonna look.
Oh, banana.
I don't have EMP quite yet.
GM?
Actually, we have anti. Can we just save?
Yeah, we can
save nade. Save nade. We can
All right,
grab.
all right.
Okay.
Ready.
Yeah.
But do you see like how who called that? We have anti. You can just save Nate. Who said that?
Lucio.
Lucio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dylan or
So
Lucio.
so we shouldn't have to rely on Lucio to make that call. That's the goal.
Go.
Okay. Unlucky.
Save nade. We can
All right,
grab.
all right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Yeah.
By the way, how is this grab so easy to eat?
See,
Right
yeah.
in front of you.
It's the most obvious thing.
Yeah, he's
ever.
obviously looking for it. Like what you guys want to do is you want to use your ultimates as nuances or boosts to your neutral engage. In other words, when you look for an ultimate, it should never be 1v6. And this doesn't look 1v6, but I promise you it is 1v6. What is your Lucio doing right now?
pushing up.
Not really doing much, right? What is your
Yeah.
Reinhardt doing? Is your Reinhardt taking space at all? No. Is your McCree doing anything right now? No. Is your Sombra doing anything right now? No. Now the timing of this can be a little tricky, but this like you need some sort of threat. Like you can't. The way to make these kind of ultimates work is to not just walk in and grab. You have to actually like, hey, Ryan, let's take some space. Kree, start pressuring that diva. Like there has to be kind of more of a teamwork stuff because obviously getting your grav eaten is like the worst thing that can happen. But like, let's say this was a blade. Like let's say you blade backline. If your Ryan's like on cart while you're blading backline, it's just as bad. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That can't happen. So we need this happens. Unlucky, GG go next. It's a micro error, but in a way, you kind of see the macro as a result that still doesn't look good.
Go.
What? That's how Diva works. Weren't sure if you guys are familiar with that or not.
He just did.
Tracer.
Okay, we're stable. We're fine. Look at ball. Ball.
I'm moving him towards us.
Nice.
Forward.
Guys, just-
Tracer. Look at Tracer.
He's gonna pulse. Watch pulse.
Oh.
Pulse.
Oh.
He's looking for pulse.
Oh, jeez, you're Lucio. That's making me nervous.
Mirana has no
All
silence.
right,
He's
all right.
walking back.
He heals.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, we're all here.
We're good.
Can we EMP in alright?
EMP Hanun.
Yeah.
By the way, quick little tidbit. I don't want to get into the details of compositional matchup here, but if you're playing into dive or spam, where should you be pathing into brawl and retake in this point every single time? Where should you be clearing?
High ground.
High ground. Yep. Always go high ground. Scout the tracer, clear out, whatever. You might find a ball up here, you might find a Genji up here, you might find a Brig. You never know. Clear up here, then you can drop the cart, or you can clear up here and go around this way. It's just as fast.
Tracer high ground. 1 sec. Tracer going behind you.
You saw it.
Okay.
Alright, I'm ready.
Balls up there, balls up there.
Do we see how they're utilizing this high ground against you guys?
Mhm.
It's very easy to clear it because obviously they can go back and take it, but it's very inconvenient for them to do so. If you go there in the first place, it takes time for them to go back. By the way, what are we actually doing here? I'm trying to like, are we EMPing? Let me listen.
Back.
He heals.
Alright, we're all here.
We're good.
Can we EMP in alright?
EMP Hanun.
EMP high noon. Okay.
Tracer high ground. 1 sec. Tracer going behind you.
You saw it.
Alright, I'm
Okay. So exercise time. By exercise, I don't mean push-ups. If we're gonna say EMP high noon, what does that mean for our Reinhardt?
Take space.
Okay.
Shield Big McCree.
Maybe shield the McCree. Maybe you could push in aggressively, or you could shield McCree. Sure. What about your Zarya?
Bubble high noon.
You could bubble high noon, maybe. I don't know. There's some options. You could bubble your EMP to make sure it doesn't get canceled. You could bubble high noon. You could save your bubble for when they counter dive. You could bubble your Ryan going in hard. What about your Ana?
Set up for nade.
Set up your nade. What about Lucio?
So kind of run with the Ryan, kind of give if he's pushing for space, kind of run with him to help him push space faster.
You guys are smart. You guys are giving me all the right answers. Every single thing that you guys just said was absolutely perfect. Dead on. Like top 500 GM contenders, Overwatch League players would say the same stuff. So the knowledge is there. So my question is, right now, are we thinking about that individually? Because nobody can micro, like I can't have, whoever DD Gaming Thinky, or I forget, what was your name again?
Dylan.
Okay, Dylan can't be thinking about everybody's cooldowns, right? So the Dylan needs to be thinking about what I need to do and any basic communication he can do for the team. But everybody needs to be thinking, okay, what can I do? Okay, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do to help, right? And now that you guys know exactly what you're trying to do, there's no excuse not to, right? So let's see.
Now we should voice those thoughts as well, like most of them.
Most of them. I think if they have any impact on like what's happening, but like at this point, all like baby steps here. Let's just actually get in a plan, and then like everybody thinks about it. And if like let's small steps here at this point.
Balls up there. Balls up there.
Go. He's on you.
Okay. Unfortunate. Okay. Now.
John, you get your one.
Ball me.
Stuck, I'm dead.
We're not there.
Yeah. So this is like. They're going to be sometimes I'm going to be like, you know what, you guys need, it doesn't matter what you guys do as an individual, everything needs to be done as a team together. And then there's sometimes where you just can't carry, the Neanderthal on the team. And that, sometimes that just happens to be Rickless Morty, and it happens.
Thank you.
Like I'll be honest, like I'm normally very, very nice to team reviews, but honestly, man, like there's just, you can't coach this, so unfortunately our EMP legitimately misses the entire engage. Very unfortunate. I mean, in a way, like Tracer and Diva were just outside, but I'm not going to miss out on a chance to flame somebody. So, we'll take full. Obviously, here maybe the play would have been better for you to like bait their engage, right? You like wait for them to dive you guys a little bit or take some space, and then you counter EMP. But you know what? Unfortunate. It happens. We go next fight. At least it makes my job easier because I can just say, hey, this guy stinks. Doesn't matter what I say. Makes coaching really easy.
Tracer on me.
Okay, and once again, you guys are able to stabilize somewhat.
We're down view. I'm gonna go pick him up.
All right, let's see what the plan is. Oh, and there's the Hanzo swap. That didn't last long. Okay, thank goodness.
I have Shatter here.
I'm
Shatter this. Over here.
We're down view.
That's good, Jonah. That was good. What did you just call right there? And what did you just do?
Not feeding.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to shatter this. Can I shatter? And again, I see you look to your right. Oh, is there follow-up? Okay, no follow-up, so I hold on. That's it. That was good. That was really good. Now do that in Monkey.
I'm going to go pick him up. They still have trans. We need to save nade for trans.
Okay.
Sure. It might be close to another deep.
Okay, so what's my one nitpick about that call? There's actually two nitpicks. One, I'm tired of Dylan, like, microing Bite Me. Like, I'm not sure if that's just, like, it is what it is, or that's something you guys are used to and comfortable with, but, like, obviously I want to avoid that if we can. But what's the other major issue about this call? Listen.
They still have trans. We need to save nade for trans.
We need to save nade for trans, okay? What's the problem with that call?
Marcus?
I mean, we're not really engaged yet, right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's, first off, are you really going to save nade for trans? Like, what if they blade? You're probably going to have to nade yourself during that, just to keep yourself up alive. Or maybe you nade the Genji and then you guys sound barrier and then you can kill the Genji because he's naded. So, like, I think that's too one-dimensional. But also, how are you going to force trans? Pressure him? How? With what? Doing what?
Shatter.
You're going to shatter? Okay. So you're going to shatter and force trans that way and then nade it. Okay. So what was missing from this call?
The shatter.
The shatter. The kind of the important part. You know, guys, when I'm a millionaire, I'm going to buy you guys all big cars. Okay. When is that happening? Like, how is that happening? You know? You're kind of missing the most important part. You know, because we're missing, like, I'm glad that you guys are thinking, all right, we're going to save nade so I can make this plan work. Okay, but what is the plan? We don't know what it is.
Sure.
So let's see. Are we going to call anything? We have High Noon, we have Shatter, we have Nano. You know, Sombra you probably want to save, but like let's see what happens.
They should have it.
I'm just gonna shatter here. We need Nano after.
Yeah.
Ready?
You're just gonna shatter here, gonna Nano after. Okay, that's fine. It's a little late though, right? Kind of see like they could have already engaged on you guys at this point, so not great. And obviously Shatter against this comp is a little scuffed as it is as well.
Sure. Get you down. Get you dead.
Breaks half.
Get you downstairs.
In the back.
Look, tank. Get you down. Get you dead.
Breaks half.
Get you downstairs.
Would have been nice to know that we were looking for a High Noon here.
Yeah.
Like either before or in the middle of the high noon, that would have been helpful. Like unironically, your teammates had like just as much heads up as the enemy teammates that you're looking for high noon. It's like, oh, I guess he's high nooning. Okay, well that would have been nice because like we could have saved bubble, we could have nano Jude here, we could have had Lucio on you because like look at the Lucio. He's in no position to help you. Your Ana's in no position to help you. Your Zarya probably doesn't have bubble. Not good. What's my micro nitpick about this win condition? There's 2 nitpicks about this. What's my nitpick about the shatter? You guys are smart. Figure it out. Go ahead. Sorry.
Calling out when's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, not exactly. You can't exactly predict shatter. Shatter is something you kind of have to see. But look at the comp.
Not everyone's quite ready to like go in on it.
Hard to shatter that.
Yeah, I think that's the big one for me. Is it's hard to shatter that. Okay, so I wouldn't plan around shatter as a win condition into this comp. I think shatter in general is a bad win condition for any comp. It's like pulse spawn. You see it, you go for it. That's it. You don't really plan around it. So what I would prefer is a nano win condition, right? Or a high noon even. Now, who would you nano in this comp? Because we scuff up another thing here. Who would you nano comp?
If we knew the high noon was coming, it would probably been best to nail the high noon.
I would argue that even if you didn't know the high noon was coming, the nano Kree is way better. What does Rein do here? With his
Shield.
Swing at air.
He swings at air, pretty much. If he has anything to swing, then the enemy team is being stupid. So your goal here is to nano who's going to actually get value out of it. If it's a Rein versus Rein, go for it. If you guys can speed into them and actually swing and stuff, go for it. But right now, high noon Kree, 100%. With or without. Make him play aggressive with the nano, and then he can high noon afterwards or whatever. But the nano Rein is wasted. The shatter lands, but it's lucky. And then, like we said, that the high noon is just not communicated, prepped at all, and then we end up dying with it. So the nano gets nothing, the high noon gets nothing, and the shatter barely gets something. Does that make sense, guys? So this is where we start to actually branch off from actually making a plan and actually nitpicking the plan itself. And you guys can figure this out on your own as well.
In the back.
Takes mine.
Okay, Lucio frags.
Tracer on me. Tracer in there. Well, no read.
Do we have healing for me?
Just one.
Help our Zar.
Riggs presents one in the back.
I'm coming back as Tracer.
Tracer on me in the
Yeah,
back.
we just go for a lot of solo plays. Oh, nicely.
Nice.
Good.
You're on
Get
his
your
mark.
current.
Pulse in the back.
Tracer on the back.
Pulse on me.
They blade.
Okay.
One's back.
I'm dead.
Yeah. So it's just scuffed. It's scuffed all the way through. Right? You guys, it just kind of like falls apart. We get split. So I don't want us to worry so much about like how as the fight went along, things got messy and we got split and target focus. Because like let's do it this way. We can't really control, at least it's more difficult to control what happens after the first 10 seconds of a fight. Yeah? Things get messy. That's okay. What I want you to do is what you can control is the first 5 to 10 seconds of a fight and how you can make that smoother, better, executed better, work harder on it. Correct? That's what you can control. So what are the takeaways here? What do you guys as a team need to work on, and what do you as an individual guys need to work on? Keep it simple.
Not as much.
Sorry, I missed it.
Not autopiloting as much in the free space on free time.
And what should you be doing instead of autopiloting? Give yourself don't say don't do autopiloting. Say I do this instead. Speak in positive terms. What would you do?
Make plans. Talk about taking the correct spot of space.
Yeah, sure. Think. Yeah. Let's say don't say don't autopilot. Instead, I want you guys saying what can I do to win next fight? What are we doing, and what can I do to help it? I think that's the simplest way of describing it. And you guys have already proved to me, not once, not twice, but like 4 or 5 times in a row, that you guys had all good ideas, whether it was positioning or cooldown usage or what ult combo you should use. Almost every single time, 95% of the time, you agreed with me. And obviously, I'm the most intelligent person in all of the Overwatch communities, so if you agree with me, then you're obviously right. So that's good. That means that you guys have good plans and good ideas, and you understand your heroes, and you understand the composition, right? So what's stopping you from doing those things? And to me, that's where the autopiloting comes in.
Wrinkles on the brain.
Right. Wrinkles in the brain. Like, you have the brain, you just need to utilize it. Rickless Morty redeems be nice. Well, I mean, I can't be nice to Rickless Morty. I can't do that. The rest of you guys did a great job though. But honestly, the solo EMP like put me off. Like I'm probably not going to eat for a week. I'm like physically ill.
That's fair. That is fair.
Yeah, it's more than fair.
The next day I did a session with Hayes and we worked out some kinks.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So you guys have a lot to work on, but I think that the way of phrasing it is I want you to understand that like I think what we talked about today holds priority over literally everything else. It's just so important. It holds priority of what comp you play, like where you're pathing, what heroes you're playing. Like it doesn't matter how good of a team you are individual, like in terms of individually skilled and like you're playing the best comp. If you guys just aren't doing what we talked about today, it just doesn't matter. Like that's the difference in Overwatch League. It's a difference in contenders. It's a difference in tier 3. It's a difference in open division. It's a difference in collegiate. And it's a difference in every tourney that if you guys don't hustle with your plan making and what you can do to help it doesn't matter what you do. Like I cannot tell you how many times I've coached contenders teams or worked with players who are like hard stuck, like 200, 300 SR, lower than the people that are their peers, and they're on the best team because the team as an individual just functions so much better. It's so important, guys. It's so important. And it's not easy to fix, but it's simple. It's just straightforward. There's nothing complicated about it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you owe it to your team, guys. Like you owe it to your team to be able to execute on this, and to do it consistently. Like it's not good enough to be able to like think about this for a day or even a week. This needs to be like constant. Everything you do when you go over reviews. Why didn't we win this fight? Okay, did we have a plan? Did we know what we were doing? Was everybody thinking individually about the plan? Because it's not just good enough to have a plan, but was everybody set up to follow up on the plan? And then if it's scuffed, it goes poorly. Okay, then stop. Okay, well, what did we do? Did we scuff up our cooldowns? Did we miss position? Was it a bad plan? And that's where the VOD review actually starts to help. But if you guys aren't even thinking, like why VOD review this? Like you're not learning. Like we didn't even get a chance to talk about compositional setup that much because it just didn't matter. You guys see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So focus on building a foundation, a fundamental stepping stone, and then we can go from there. But that's going to be your biggest return on investment for that kind of stuff. Does that make sense, guys?
Yep.
Okay, questions, because I've got plenty of time. You guys got like 10 minutes. Any questions? And they can be about what we went over. It could be compositional stuff, map stuff, individual stuff, whatever.
Before we do that, I want to correct something I did as a coach that I don't think I've addressed to you all. We have deemed Jonah as the shot caller. We have deemed Dylan as our ult tracker and fight planner. However, that does not mean those are the only two people talking to make those plans happen or to call those targets. You're all individually responsible for your own hero, and you can make the right calls because you know your hero best. Sure, Dylan has a lot of knowledge. Sure, Jonah has a lot of knowledge, but they cannot micro 6 people, 5 people, however many they're trying to micro.
Exactly. The goal is that when you're deemed shot caller or ult tracker, your job is to make sure it happens. You're not just the person that has to do it all by yourself. If the shot caller is having to make all the plans by himself every single time and nobody else is stepping up or giving feedback or like talking about their own ultimates, that's a problem. His job is nobody's saying, guys, what's our plan? What are we doing? Who's got an ult? That's the shot caller's job. Does that make sense, guys? Mm-hmm. Or, oh, I want to do this. Like, I have a really good idea. But you guys have to be able to step up. That's a good point.
Right.
Okay, questions, guys?
Okay, so I normally am calling out the other supports being dove on. Should I start letting them fend them to the wolves because they don't ever speak for themselves?
Explain.
Whenever they get jumped, they never speak that they're getting jumped, and usually I have to do it.
Okay.
Almost all the time.
Okay. All right. So, what position? Weren't you playing Lucio here? What position do you normally play?
Yeah. I'm usually playing like Lucio, Brig, and stuff.
So you're saying the other support is not calling when
like usually the Ana, the BAP, or the Mora. Usually they don't call it until like 5 seconds later. After they're dead.
Okay, so obviously that's an issue if they're not calling it until they're already dead. That needs to be a priority in terms of fixing. But it is kind of also your job to help peel your support. And so if you are in the action of peeling your support and you call it out, I think that's fine. That's normal. And a lot of times you have to keep in mind too that, for example, in this VOD, Bite Me might be focusing on landing a sleep dart or nading properly or hitting his shots. So he's a little flustered and he's not really focusing on calling that stuff out. So I don't think it's completely accurate for you to say, well, I shouldn't just do it. They should just get punished for their mistakes. If you're a main support, or you're playing that position and you see somebody under pressure, call it out. It's fine. But at the same time, guys, like if that becomes a major issue, then somebody needs to step up. But I don't think you purposely being silent when you shouldn't be is a good way of learning. Because maybe they step up and they start calling better, but then maybe you have built a bad habit of not talking, and we're right back where we started. So I would just keep doing what you're doing, and then if it becomes an issue, just bring it up with them individually.
Can we be realistic about Marcus? You reviewed his Hanzo the other day. Do you really think he's thinking about sleeps and nades?
I mean, here's my thought process. I'm hoping that he's thinking. I'm hoping that he's just thinking. There has to be some sort of like mental process there, right? Like
we have a certain Discord area for him called the Cone of Silence for every time he mentions the word Torb.
Okay, that's good. How about a Cone of Silence that involves like completely removing him from the University of Central Missouri? That would be a nice step. Okay. Any other questions, guys? I can't tell if that was just a delayed laugh or like, he's like, oh, I get it. Oh, it's Torb. I get it. It's hilarious. That's funny.
Sometimes.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. No.
I had something. I thought.
And you guys are.
I have
some fragile mental in here, forgetting everything instantly. Sorry, go ahead.
It's like sometimes we'll be playing a comp and then we'll be getting like destroyed by something else, like junk far or something weird.
Yeah.
And then I don't know any plan that could make us win. Like, what do we do?
So you guys, in other words, you're frustrated. You can't figure out a plan. There's nothing that you can do. You're just like completely like smashing your head up against the wall. Yeah. So like
happens a lot.
There's no real easy solution to this. First off, I can tell you to encourage you. I've played with a lot of different teams and all the way contenders and even scrim with some Overwatch League, and they all have that same situation. I have no idea what we're doing. This sucks. We can't figure this out, and it's depressing. Everybody deals with that. It's not just lowly collegiate teams or lowly random Overwatch teams. Any team deals with it. So you guys are decent enough and smart enough to be able to figure things out on your own. But if you really are smashing your head up against the wall, I can't figure this out. There's nothing I can do. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, then don't be afraid to go, okay, guys, can we try something different? Can we try something unusual? If you're psychologically in a state to where you just can't think and you're so distracted, then obviously that needs to be prioritized first. If you need to take a quick pause or just like take some deep breaths or whatever, and like, all right, guys, all right, let's figure this out. But if you are legitimately like strategically, you don't know what to do, then try something, think of something unusual, try it out, and then you need to review it afterwards. Because those are the times where you can sit and review with your team and your coach and be like, all right, well, what could we have done here? Like, what should we have done? Because in the moment, it can sometimes feel very chaotic and like completely out of your control. But once you actually look at it from a third person standpoint afterwards, you'll be like, oh my gosh, we could have just done that. Or, oh my gosh, we just missed that opportunity. And obviously it's too late to correct it, but it's nice having that feeling of like, okay, you know what? Anytime where we feel like things are out of our control, we just have to have the proper perspective. And sometimes VOD review can help with that. Does that make sense? So what I recommend is, again, if you're in the situations, go, sucks, crap. It's okay. I know there's going to be a time where I can look at this and figure it out. But right now, let's, as a team, just try something. Let's try something. Let's think about this for like 10 seconds in Spawn, and let's just try something and see if it works. And really focus on the execution. Make sure you're doing it all at once. And then just see what happens. And if it turns out great, awesome. If it works, if you're completely screwed and it doesn't work out at all, don't panic. Don't get flustered. Just say, hey, sick guys, we're gonna have something really, really informative to VOD review. Because better that to happen in scrims than happen in official. And that scrim, you looking over the replay later or the VOD review later is gonna help you learn something. So every time you're confronted with a problem you can't solve, do something weird. If it fails, fine, then go VOD review it afterwards and don't worry about it. We need to let it roll off your shoulders. Don't let it ruin the block for you. Because the danger isn't from not being able to figure it out. The danger is what not figuring it out does to your mental and to the team's focus. That's the real risk.
Basically, what he's saying is I'm a bad coach and I don't review with you guys enough, and we should be reviewing more than we do.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I guess
maybe. I'm not sure what you guys' schedule is nowadays, but go ahead. Sorry, someone was saying something.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, So like when you do like when we do like get into like I don't know, say like rolled or something like that, like things get quiet, but like we like like self-internalizing things or something like that. Like what would you say are like the best thing? Because like obviously I don't think it's great to like just stay quiet, but like sometimes no one wants to say the next few words because you're afraid of what the response might be or something like that.
Give me an example,
So like
if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean I don't know,
Like
like
the biggest
we'll
thing.
have like sometimes in like scrims we'll get like we just won't have like a good like we'll get absolutely rolled in a round on like a cough map or something like that, and then we'll just be like dead silent, and then like somebody will like we'll try to think of like, well, what do we want to do like next, but it'll be like I don't know 10 minutes like
sometimes
just
till the
we
door
talk about
opens
like
for the
what we
next
want to
round.
do better, or
Sometimes
like
not even till the map's over.
yeah, sometimes not even till the map's over. Like we'll just get them dead silent.
Well, I mean, I can tell you guys what you need to do, but ultimately you guys have to ask yourself, how badly do you want to improve? Like, how badly do you want to get better as a team? Like, how badly does a good performance and learning at this opportunity matter to you? Because if it doesn't matter that much to you, then nothing I can tell you how to solve it's going to matter, because you're not going to do it. Like, I can tell, a 600-pound dude how to lose weight, but if he doesn't really want to put in the work, then it doesn't matter. So there's like a disclaimer to this answer. So my answer is that somebody has to step up. Somebody has to do it. Don't wait for your teammates. Don't designate a role. Somebody has to step up. And whether that's saying, all right, guys, what are we doing next? Or it's all right, guys, let's focus on what's next. Or what comp are we rolling on here? You don't have to be a therapist to think of the best psychological thing to say here. Just start talking about what to do next. It sucks. It happens. Nobody likes being spawn camped, but it happens to everybody at some point in time. Go next. And somebody has to take that responsibility. And it could be the shot caller, the ult tracker. It could be the quietest person on the team. But somebody has to do it. And if you don't do it, then you're missing out on opportunities to not only figure that situation out, but you're probably dooming yourself to playing another bad map immediately afterwards, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying if you guys speak up, oh, the next map will be great. Everyone will just instantly just perform better. You have bad blocks. Sometimes you'll have bad days. Sometimes you'll have bad weeks, right? But by keeping silent, you're just committing to the fact that it's going to affect me for another map because I'm not going to say anything. Like, I want you to understand that when you don't say anything, when you don't encourage your team and don't try and refocus yourself and your teammates, you're just saying it's okay if we screw up for another map. It's okay. I'm cool with that. Like, you're literally saying I'm comfortable with being mediocre and being bad and not learning for another map. So if you're comfortable with that, go for it. If that's what you want out of collegiate Overwatch. But if you're not and you would like to, like, at least you have some sort of dignity and pride of like, you know what, that sucked. I don't like that, and we need to do better. Then we'll really find out who's going to speak up in those situations. Mm-hmm. And what you say, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter if it's brilliant or stupid, or you make a dumb joke, or you tell like a flippin' knock who's there banana joke, But something has to happen, and you have to try. So I don't know. That's
the
all I got.
fact if you're beating yourself up over something like that tells me you all do care enough.
Sure.
You all do have a drive to get better. You just have to voice that drive and push past the, whatever's going on in that head and just say, you know what? Lost fight. That's the past. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What are we doing next? That's what matters.
Because you have to understand it, because you as an individual, sometimes when I feel really crappy, you'll ask my wife, I don't talk. Like, I don't like talking. Like, I just kind of like internalize and like figure it out. And not because I stew in it. It's just because I feel better that way. But when you're part of a team, you kind of have to just go, you know what? I kind of don't really feel like talking right now, but like I'm going to like just spark some conversation and get us thinking about the next map, because I know that's what the team needs, right? We don't need to be 6 individuals feeling sorry for ourselves, kind of getting over that feeling. We need to be 6 individuals that are like asking each other, what can we do better next time? And that's where you have to make the compromise and do something that's a little uncomfortable, kind of as you described it. Mm-hmm. Okay. But it's uncomfortable. Absolutely. Any other questions, guys?
I guess a question, because in a scrim the other day, it was like very organized, and then it was a cough map. The whole cough map, we were all just solo battling. It was all 1v1s the whole time.
Yep.
Like we were winning, but like Should we have came back and organized at some point? Like it was literally just 1v1s the whole time.
Were you-
and it was working.
Mass
But
comp chaos.
Were you?
We were getting
yeah,
Go ahead.
we were getting stomped, and then we swapped some weird ass shit, and then
Okay, so
and we started winning.
so you're saying that you're playing some super scuffed comp, and then you just like goofed around, and then you start rolling them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do realize that that was a professional strategy organized by Team Avoided and European Contenders, and they rolled people, contenders teams doing the same thing. There is something to be said for just having a good time and just chilling and not stressing it and doing weird stuff. You will never find me against that. What you need to be doing is, if you're going to be doing something weird, make sure that everybody's on the same page with it. You guys could be taking 6 different 1v1s, but you better be taking 6 different 1v1s at the same time, right? You know, that's
we were definitely doing that.
that's the goal. Well, then there you go. Then there you go. Then don't worry about it. If your Brig is on a flank fighting their backline, go for it. But your ball better be doing something as well. Your Widowmaker better be doing something as well. Your Zen better the goal shouldn't be, oh, we have to be disciplined and we only do plays that are meta. The goal is that you have 6 individuals that are all working together, but not necessarily are together, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, you guys might be halfway across the map, but you guys are all doing stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, teams that, if you're having a good time in Scrim, then you're going to be doing well. And so, because you're relaxed, but the only thing I want you to focus on is doing stuff as a unit. Like, split unit, a 6-man, 1v1v1v1v1 unit, but a unit. That's the goal. Does that make sense?
The reason we,
Okay.
yeah, I was just gonna say the reason we study metas, guys, is because honestly, it's just easier to look at a structured composition, see how others are playing it,
Yes.
and learn the fundamentals of how a composition works. Past that, we don't have to stick to meta.
Yep.
Like, no one's required to play meta. It's just usually meta's gonna win against most comps. But we're trying to build fundamentals so that you guys can think individually in game. This isn't working. This isn't working. What do we do?
Yeah, exactly. Meta is just because it's easy and it's because you can have something to study, but it's not like you're not locked in it at all. Just play what's fun, but as long as you're playing as a unit, I'm sure your coach will be happy. And a lot of the same fundamentals that we talked about in review of, like, having a plan, what can I do to make this plan work? Can I distract this person? Can I force this cooldown? Like that all revolves around that as well. It doesn't matter what you play. Okay. Any other questions? I'll give one more question, then I gotta roll.
One of our fatal flaws is pharmacy.
Okay.
Anytime we go against it,
Yep.
it doesn't matter if we swap hit scan, doesn't matter if we swap to, something else. It just seems like it completely rolls us every single time. Is there any kind of like general advice for going against a pharmacy outside of just get a better Widowmaker?
Oh jeez. I mean, I'm
Sean.
you could sign me. No.
All right.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I would say the really, really tiny little thing is you could do is maybe like put more pressure on that other support. So if you're gonna pressure pharmacy, make sure that you've got pressure on the Ana and the Zen or whatever at the same time, because that puts the Mercy in an awkward position, so she has to pick and choose. But even more important than that, sorry, what?
Would we switch comps to try to put pressure on those?
No, not necessarily. If you have a comp that can pressure, then you do it. If you don't, then you figure out another way. But the other thing, the more important thing, is if you're going hit scan to counter pharmacy, but your hit scan is playing clumped up with your core, you're never gonna kill pharmacy. Legit, never. If your McCree isn't, or Wish, oh my gosh, Ashe or Widowmakers, aren't like taking angles or flanks and getting supported on this, like Harmony Orb, Matrix, Mercy Pocket, Ana Heals, whatever, then you're not going to kill pharmacy. Because you have to remember, any decent pharmacy is positioned around cover to shoot at a specific location. You destroy that cover if you all of a sudden are in a different spot of the map. You see what I'm saying? I want you guys to imagine the Numbani A that we just looked at and pretend they're playing pharmacy and defense. Where is she spamming? Top. And where do you think she'd be positioned approximately?
Above. Top.
Yeah, somewhere top. So, can you imagine trying to play McCree and walking out of that choke and trying to kill a pharmacy as she's shooting you? Like, just end it right there. Like, it's over. Like, you might as well just uninstall. It's never gonna happen. So, what would work instead?
Going on like the coast.
Yeah,
While your team
go put a damage boosted Ashe on coast. Go put a Widowmaker lurking on main behind bus and hiding and then peeking out. You know what I'm saying? There's your solution. And that's just how you deal with Pharmercy. Pharmercy is always like positioned on spamming one location. If you're walking through a choke and trying to find your hits, give your hit scan space that way, your hit scan is going to be smashed, spammed, crashed, and going to give him like one chance to hit a shot before he dies to rockets. Don't do that. Split off. And support that split as well, because you win or lose based off if that hit scan has time. Make sense?
Yep.
Like obviously, very, very fundamental basic answer, but fundamental basic question. Okay, guys, thank you guys so much for having me. I hope this was helpful. If you guys ever have any other questions, you guys don't have to like wait for my permission. Just send me a DM. I can answer immediately. But like I said, the big fundamental thing that we need to take away from is don't AFK. Don't with the brain. You don't autopilot. Think, what do I need to be doing? What is our plan? And if you don't have a plan, somebody has to speak up. Take that initiative. And then you guys, once we have an idea of like what we're trying to do, you need to think, what can I do to help that plan? Where do I need to be? What cooldowns do I need to use? Does that make sense?
Yep.
That overrides everything else. And again, if you guys have any questions, just shoot me a DM and I will get back to you. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys had a pretty good time.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers, mates. Okay. So I am going to be ending stream very soon because BlizzCon is live, but this was going to be a relatively short stream. But if you guys ever have any other questions about team play, team organization, these are team VOD reviews I offer for the full over an hour plus the Q&A afterwards. You guys can find out about that with !coaching. But also, if you guys have any other questions that you want to be answered, you can hop into my Discord, #AskSpilo under the coaching subcategory. And you can ask any questions and I answer them about once a week on stream. But I'm going to end stream right now. I'm going to toss host over to Lep, and looks like he's watching. I'm not sure what Lep is up to. Just tell Lep I said hello. Enjoy BlizzCon. I will be streaming tomorrow. Probably will be a long stream, lots of juicy stuff tomorrow. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Enjoy BlizzCon, and let's cross our fingers that we get some good news about Overwatch 2 or whatever the heck is happening this year. Cheers, mates.